Headings. The first order of organization in a document is actually the paragraph, which we discussed in the previous chapter, that was chapter 3. As you now know, paragraphs break reports into discrete ideas or discrete steps in an argument or a description. Each new idea goes into a separate paragraph with clear topic sentence when several parts elaborate a single idea or make up a full description. Those paragraphs form a section. Now, see, for example, if there is a topic, any topic, right? Okay, and that topic is being covered in number of paragraphs, right? So there are number of paras, right? Paragraphs which are like about the same topic, right? And then another topic subheading or another subtopic begins, right? So that means we can say that there are different sections here. So when there are different sections, each section needs to have a heading, right? The heading would definitely tell us that what this section is all about. Is that clear? So headings normally function in the similar manner, the way paragraph functions, the way the topic sentences function, right? Okay, so when it's a long report, we actually, divide sections, right? Giving them different headings. I hope you have understood this point. Now, creative effective headings. How to create effective headings? Let me scroll down. To help readers scan headings more easily, make headings parallel. And I hope you understand what do they mean by parallel, because we have been doing parallelism and all that in the previous classes. And so the words are to be grammatically parallel, right? The structures are to be grammatically parallel. That means all nouns together or adjectives together, right? Okay. Then word them as descriptive phrases. By creating grammatically parallel headings, you are in fact creating an easily scannable list of report topics. And by framing headings as phrases rather than full sentences, so you don't write full sentences, as your headings, right? Rather, you should choose phrases. You make them easier to understand. Phrases are also shorter than full sentences, therefore take up less space, which are larger point sizes means that a heading is less likely to break across a line. There is no absolute rule restricting headings to a single line. You can have two lines also, but for the sake of readability, clarity, it's better to have one line heading, right? Okay, then they are giving us example. Consider including a descriptor that identifies the function of the document. Proposal to change the tunnel lighting system to LED. Invoice for lighting installation at. Reminder about this. So these all are functions, right? These all tell what the documents are all about or what the section is all about, right? So when reader move to the body of the document, they will look at each heading and subheadings and ask something like, what is this section about, right? Again, make sure you provide the most specific information that you can, instead of saying something genetic like dewatering, provide something clear, complete, and descriptive. So if you just write dewatering, so what exactly it is all about, right? Because it's quite broad, so you have to narrow down your headings basically, and your headings should cover the main topic, the subject of that document, right? These things you got to keep in mind. It's almost similar like you are the way you organize paragraphs and all that, right? Okay, dewatering is A large issue in a mind. The three descriptive heading listed above, I can show you that also. Let me show you once again. Successful dewatering of Tunnel 3G, need for a dewatering plan for Tunnel 3G, anticipated delays due to dewatering problem in Tunnel 3G. So it's a very, large issue in a mine. The three descriptive heading listed above to clarify whether the section is about successfully completing past task or a call to prepare for potential failure problem or an admission that the watering attempts have failed and that delays are now inevitable. So like you break the large topic into subtopics and you assign a heading for each section. This is how you got to go about, right? Okay. Another way to make headings more effective is to think of them as being completely separate from the report itself. Treat them like labels inserted after the report has been written. That way, you don't end up making headings the starting thoughts of the section. Need for a dewatering plan, and then you just insert a sentence about it right below it, right? Okay, so this way, like, you can figure out that what the section covers, right? Sometimes what happens, like, you have written the section, okay, and perhaps when you are thinking of a heading, you miss out an important aspect, right? And that doesn't cover the whole subject. So, if, to avoid this problem, you can write a sentence summing up, the section, and then you can draw a heading from that sentence, right? Okay, there are different levels of headings that you also need to understand. Often, sections in a report are broken into multiple subsections, some of which may even be broken into subsections. These level of headings are referred to as first level, second level, third level headings, or primary, secondary, or tertiary headings. It is general better to create more sections than longer sections to more effective signals reporters, organization, and to make information easier to find. So that it's better to have more sections where possible, right? Where you actually are sure that it can a chunk can be changed into a section, or chunk of text can be changed into a section because it's talking about something which could be taken as a vital part, a crucial part of the document, right? Okay, and needs to be understood separately. Is that clear? So, or which can stand out, right? So, any section, any text which can be the part of the main text because it doesn't talk about something which requires lots of detail and which is the details stand out from the main document, right? Okay, then you don't need to make it a separate section, right? For example, once your report begins and you're talking about the purpose of the report, okay, now this paragraph perhaps cannot be called a section because it would not be, it's not that detailed, and it may not have other aspects also, or different aspects, right, which require headings or subheadings, or which will actually give more detail about uh, you know uh, about something which may not be which is essential, but cannot be merged into the main section or the main body and something like that, so right. So it's just like that, it which covers a different topic, a topic which is you know which has been narrowed, right, and which has something to tell you something which draws the reader's attention. Okay, for example, if you're talking about, okay, let me give you an example here. Maybe this way I could put my point across. For example, your topic is water. Let's suppose you're writing a report about it, right? So maybe you want to talk about, if you want to write about water in general, that is fine, that can be taken as one chunk. Yeah, right, you can cover the whole thing, general things about water, right, in a document. Or you may even don't need to break it into different paragraphs, or maybe you're breaking this topic into different paragraphs, but the information those paragraphs contain, right, okay, may not be that elaborated, because there's not much to say. But let's suppose when you're talking about water and you think that, okay, you want to talk about shortage of water and its reason, the shortest, why it is short, right? Okay, now there's much to be written, right? So there are multiple paragraphs which may come over here under this, so you can call it a section, right? And if you say that, okay, the probably, you know, uh, let's suppose you're talking about that the historical, some historical findings regarding water shortage, let's suppose, right? So this is an entirely different aspect, and it is quite detailed, that it may have number of paragraphs. So this can be called another section, right? So if it's general, it doesn't have, like, you just have, you don't have much information, you just have the information which can be covered in the paragraph, which may not require multiple paragraphs, right? Then you don't need to have headings, okay, you can just write paragraphs about that, and that's all, right? So that means they cannot be changed into sections. So sections are larger chunks, in short, right? Okay, now let me clear it. Let me scroll down and show you the levels over here. Now, if you just look at this one, the they permit, okay, progress internal 3G, exploratory drilling, initial assay results. So this is the first level, right? Let me annotate it for you guys. Right? These are the second levels. Okay. This is again the first level. Then this is the second level. This is the first level. This is also the first level. No, this is second. Let me number it. This is, let's suppose, not suppose, in fact, it is the first level, right? And then these are the subheadings here. Now, this is also this one, hydrological analysis is the first level, right? And these two are the second level headings, right? And then we have the third level heading also, this one, right? So how are we learning about it? Through indentation, right? These are being indent. Exploratory drilling has been indented here, right? Initial assay result has been indented here. Hydrological analysis, and then we can see that water seepage has been indented here. Potential dewatering strategies have been has been sorry indented here. Then straight pumping has been indented further, right? Right? So so these are the third level headings, right? And then this is again. So let me, for better clarity, tell you it again. Rather, I would like to write the level. This is first level. This is second level. First level. Then these two are second level, and then we can see that these subheadings do have subheadings, right? Okay, so we can safely call them third level headings, right? Okay, and this is again first level heading. I hope you've understood this thing. Formatting headings. This is another important topic. For math headings, so that the readers are never unsure what level of heading they are looking at. Make primary headings noticeable more emphatic than the secondary headings, and make secondary headings noticeable more emphatic than the tertiary headings. That means the first level headings are to be emphasized, right? They should be more emphatic than the second level, and the second level headings are to be more emphatic than the third level, right? Additional ways to distinguish headings from body text useful for lower level headings whose point, size, and left margin may be the same as that of the body text are to use color and a different typeface, because of course level headings, they do have, larger fonts. Okay, then the second level headings may have smaller, comparatively relatively smaller fonts, and the third level heading fonts and the main text body font may be similar, so that's why they can you can use color, and you can use bold fonts, okay, for that, right? Okay, or you can yes, you can use bold as well, right? Okay, then were we? However, be careful with the use of color if you are not in control of the output. For instance, if you email your report, the color will pop off the screen and instantly identify your headings. But if your reader then prints out the report, and on a black and white printer, those headings will come out a shade of gray and lose some of their impact, right? So consider doing a grayscale test print of one of your pages containing the lower level headings to check that they remain sufficiently distinct from the body text to be identified instantly. So in that case, like if you are not sure that the color would remain distinct, then you can use some other way to highlight that thing. You can change the font. For example, over here they're saying that you can use sans serifs or for the main heading, and serifs for the second level heading or third level heading whatsoever. So you can change the fonts, you can number the heading. This is another useful way, right? So you can see over here we have, what is this? Okay, here we have, okay, here we have the first level heading, this is first level heading, so you have numbered it first. Then this, for the second level heading, you have numbered it 1.1, and for the third level heading you have numbered it 1.1.1. And let's suppose if we have another second first level heading, right? Okay, then we can number it 2, and then for the second level heading 2.1, and for the third 2.1.1, right? Okay, that's enough for today, and we'll cover more in the next class. Thank you very much.